Hi, sixth grade. Welcome to class. Today's August 26th, and I'm going to show you what we did today in class. Starting with getting out of this part of my page. Okay, so the first thing I did with everybody was make sure that we understand how to use the Google Classroom correctly and make sure that you know what is expected of you. And so, excuse me, if you're ever having problems trying to find the HMH link, I decided to stick it up here at the top of the page. If you click the down arrow, it will pull up your room and it pulls up the URL for that HMH login page. If you triple click it, hit Control C. So hold down Control and click C, and then go up to your plus tab, and in this URL you hit Control and hold down Control. It's the bottom left key on your Chromebook. Hold down Control and click V, and that pastes. And after you paste it, you can hit your Enter button or Return, and it will take you to, that's how you copy and paste the URL into the URL of a new tab. And then you can log in from there. So that's one thing we practiced. I also showed them that my feed goes in order. My oldest stuff is down at the bottom, and if you scroll up to the top, my newest stuff will be up at the top of the page. I also want you to notice that some days I will post an assignment that looks like this. It was from August 24th, and when you open it, it says recording number 4 in YouTube video. And you can see it's 10 minutes long, and this was from Monday's assignment. So if you missed school on Monday, you should watch this video and do the assignment that is on there. And the other way I'm going to be posting assignments is by writing it out as a letter. So the days I have meetings with kids, I will probably just write it out as a letter. And days when I don't host meetings with kids, I'll probably be doing a video like the one I'm doing right now. The other important part of this letter is it tells you all the things we covered in class, and then a section tells you what exactly is due. This bottom part is especially important because it says, don't forget. Late work will not be accepted past 1 week of the due date. So yesterday I assigned the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel worksheet. Some of you have already turned that in. Great. Take a picture of it and email it to me, please, so I can blow it up and read it. If you haven't done that, you have until next Tuesday. If you don't turn it in next Tuesday morning at 8 a.m., then I will put a 0 in the gradebook. And unless there are extenuating circumstances, which means you have been very, very, very ill the entire time, then it will stay a 0. Also, if you miss a class, please look for an invitation from me to go to the Google Meet that I host every Tuesday and Thursday. And I'm sorry, 6th grade is actually not 1 o'clock, it is 1:45, I believe. I think I accidentally copied and pasted that wrong. So I'll try to fix it after I get done with this video. And that's it. That's how you're going to be finding information from me on my Google Classroom. The next thing we did today was we logged into Vocabulary Spelling City. I'll turn the volume down here. You just type in Spelling City in the URL. And in order to find my lists online, you click Search, click Teachers and Parents, and then you'll get a search bar here, and you can type in TSCHAPPAT and submit it. And you'll find all these other Shappets. Click on Candy Shappet. And 6th grade, there are 3 lists going on right now. Make sure you click the color that you belong to, green, orange, or red. And you can click the Games button We will be taking our spelling test using Spelling Test Me, and your parent can email me the percentage you got correct. If you get less than 80%, I also want your parent to tell me which words you missed, or you to tell me which words you missed. But you can play the games here. That's the second thing we did today. Excuse me. And then we started talking about, make sure that you always get this to say grade 6. Even when you go home tonight, it might say grade 6, but it doesn't have your unit here. It might still show 5th grade. If that happens to you, click that again, click to grade 5, and then click back to grade 6. And it should pull up eventually. I don't know why it's having that problem. So I'm going to click your book here. And excuse me, your assignment from yesterday was to read Sometimes a Dream Needs a Push. And so I'm going to go ahead and open it. And in order to accomplish the assignment from yesterday, all I asked was for you to read it. You can also, if you're working on this at home, you can also turn in your assignment on here that I'm assigning today. I had a couple kids in class who had done it last night. I get to the last page here. I'm hoping it pops up. There we go. You can do your assignment here, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But first, today our reading lesson was about retelling a story. And it's important to be able, let's see if I can make this so you can see it. It's important to be able to retell because it helps you strengthen your understanding of a story. When you retell, make sure you include the characters, setting, and events in order, the conflict, and the resolution. The resolution is just how the problem was solved. Make sure you focus on only telling the most important parts. And on this little note card here, the 4 most important parts are who, so that's the main character. What, it's like wanted what did that character want? And then the but is like, but what happened? What was the problem? And then how was that problem resolved? Make sure you always use your own words when you do a retell. And in class today, we practiced a retell from this short story, Sometimes a Dream Needs a Push. And it may have sounded something like, You can use the who, what, but, how, or you can use, if you remember, somebody wanted, but so then. You could use that strategy from last year. So if I used that one, I would say Chris wanted to play basketball and he wanted his dad to be involved. But his dad didn't, still had too many emotions about his son being in a wheelchair. He wasn't acting positive about his son playing wheelchair basketball. That was kind of the problem throughout the story. And then the mom decided to help encourage her husband. And how the problem was resolved at the end is that the dad ended up wanting to help out with the team, and he helped coach them a little bit and became more positive about his son playing. So that's an example of a quick retell of the main part of the story. Let's see, the next thing we did was this assignment that I actually have pulled up right here. If you go to page 29 of the hard copy of your text, or if you're working online, you can go to the last page of the story. The assignment that I want you to complete is simply 1, 2, and 3. Make sure that when you're answering these, you use complete sentences, including capital letters and periods. You should have at least 2 sentences to describe, to answer them completely for 1, 2, and 3. So that is the reading part of your assignment. I also assigned critical vocabulary, and we practiced our vocabulary. Well, in one of the classes, we were able to practice our vocabulary from yesterday. If you remember, executive, equipped, harnesses, stabilizing, exhaled, dejected, congestion, and fundamentals. We played a game of password. I don't know if you've ever played password before, but basically you pick one of the vocab words. Oh, I'm going to pick equipped. And to play this, you need a parent or a sibling, and they need to know what your vocab words are too. But basically, maybe they pick your vocab word for you, and they have to come up with 3 words that would help you guess your word. So if I was your parent, I would pick a word. I picked equipped, but I wouldn't tell you. And then I would have to think really hard of some words to describe that word to get you to say it. So I would be like, to own, maybe would be one. Like if you're equipped, you have something or own it. So I would say own, have, and then hopefully you would just guess it's equipped. That was maybe a bad example. What if I picked the word exhaled? And I would maybe say, to try to get you to guess it, I would say breathe. And then if you don't get it, I would say out. And then hopefully you would get it and be like, oh yeah, exhaled is the word. So that's how you can play a quick game. And real quick, your assignment is critical vocabulary. It is page 5. I will email, I think I emailed you already the VCCV assignment. And I'm pretty sure it's a giant packet, and I think this is the next page of it. If you want to check that out, I will double check and make sure you have that in your email. And that's all I have for you today. I think that's it anyway. Have a good day. And email me if you have questions.